Welcome to 91 Reasons, a pop culture fueled rocket into the far reaches of nerd culture. Featuring your hosts, Jeff, Rachel, Luna, Austin, and Josie. It's Tucker time.
So, last year, I went on eBay and I got this little cassette recorder. And the gimmick is that it has an outlet that turns the audio into an MP3. And it was great because, like everybody in my generation, I had a giant box of cassettes with about, I'm not joking, 200 cassettes. Howard Stern, mixtapes, you give remember you used to make mixtapes for girls and give them to girls, like that kind of thing?
No, I'm a girl. I received them.
You received them. You know what I'm talking about. So I spent all these hours, because it had to be done in real time, playing these tapes and converting them to digital so that I could get rid of the tapes, because you just don't, it's like VHS, you don't want to lug this crap around. And in the midst of those tapes, I ran across a tape from Rachel's childhood, and it was a tape of just a conversation between you
We're in the car.
You're in the car using a tape recorder.
My grandparents, my mom and dad.
And it was the first time you'd heard your dad's voice in 30 years.
35 years.
And
I was bawling like a baby.
You were bawling like a baby. And it was only...
If I replay it now, I still bawl. It's on Facebook in my videos if you're on my
It's
Facebook.
like 2 minutes long, right?
Yeah, it's not even that long.
But it's priceless.
It's priceless.
Right. So I thought, in honor of Father's Day, I have all three of my kids here.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
We will, yeah, that's right.
One's British.
The British one's here.
Yeah, the British
I
one.
thought,
We
in
like dolphins.
honor of Father's Day, we'll just have a short, 10-minute conversation about our relationship.
Got it.
Just real quick. Because as trivial as this seems now, 20 years from now, when
You will cry too.
when you're 30 and I'll be 64,
Not old.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Donald Trump's 69, running for president. Bernie Sanders was 70, running for president. Hillary Clinton's 70, running for president. It's okay.
Be old.
So, it's okay to get old now. Most cultures embrace and treasure their old people. Everybody but America. in China, the old people are considered the wisest, and you seek their guidance. Here, you're like, I'm putting you in a home. You're out. So, before we get to you putting me in a home, I thought I would just talk to you a bit. So, real quick, let's just run the numbers, okay? Who are you?
Josie.
Get up to the mic. Who are you?
My name is Josie.
Oh, boy.
Josie.
Josie. And how old are you?
10.
And when is your birthday?
October 17th, 2005.
And what is your favorite memory that we've shared together? Think about it for a second. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Okay, hamburger.
Hamburger?
You whisper, be loud.
Sorry!
What's your favorite food?
A hamburger.
What's your favorite candy, dessert?
Hershey bar.
Plain Hershey bar.
Yes.
That's odd. Most people like fancy, schmancy stuff. You like just plain Hershey bar.
Yes.
Which is funny because we have one in front of us
Yeah.
right now that I got for myself, but I'm giving you half, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite memory of us?
Somewhere you went or something you did.
Anything.
I like it when you went on Splash Mountain with me in the rain.
That was fun. We were at Disneyland. It wasn't that long ago. And I got on Splash Mountain, which is, I'm not a thrill rides guy. Your mother can't go because she almost died when she went on it.
I went, but never again.
And I remember this time paying more attention to the track and getting to the part with the bees and going, oh, this is where your mom passed out and became Weekend at Bernie's. But you and I went, and it was raining.
Uh-huh.
That was fun.
Yep.
So what else have we done together?
Or pop together.
We've worked hard together.
We've worked haunt together, 3 of them. What was your first haunt? What did you do?
I was Maggie.
You were Maggie for
The show Possessed.
the show Possessed. And what did that entail doing?
I was a ghost girl who wanted to play with everyone.
It's pretty vague. We made it vague so the audience could fill in the blanks. because anything we do is nothing compared to what the audience actually imagines. And it was funny because you had never acted before.
Nope.
We didn't know if you could do it, and we got you all dressed up in a costume and makeup and a doll prop.
Yep.
And we went to a green screen house.
Man, that thing was so high.
Yeah, we were there all day. And then halfway through, Rob said there was no film in the camera. We had to start over.
Yeah.
And you wanted to kill him.
I still hate him for that. Not gonna lie.
But what we found out is you can act. Because I figure it's on tape. If you can't really do it, we'll get it in like 3-second shots and we'll stick it all together to make one. The audience won't know. But instead, you got everything in one shot. Do you remember any of your lines?
She was 7.
Now I want to play with all of you.
Yeah.
And I brought all my friends. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I said over and over and over.
There was one we worked an hour on. Do you remember?
Yep, I do.
I don't want to play with you anymore. You're a bad man. My
Bad
friend doesn't
person.
like you either. There you go. What is it? Puss. You're a bad
Because I
puss.
couldn't say person.
Yeah, you were 7.
Puss.
But we were so proud of you that day.
Then I got OPS.
You got some toys, little pet shop toys. So tell me about you. What are you into?
Minecraft.
What is Minecraft? Pretend we're talking to dummies.
It's this pixely game where you build stuff.
Yeah, okay. So it's a game.
Yeah.
You're into Minecraft. What else are you into?
Um,
Not that our listeners are dummies, but 20 years from now you might go, I don't even know what the hell Minecraft is.
I'm into watching YouTube videos.
Like when I was your age, I was into these little tubes of bubble stuff you put on a stick, then you blow it up and it smelled like gasoline. I don't even know what that is now.
What?
They used to sell them in machines for like 50 cents. It was the big expensive machine. And it's a little tube of goop made of oil and like gasoline, and it came with a straw, and you take the tube and you squeeze a little bit of the end on the straw, and you take the straw in your mouth and you blow, and it turns into a big ball.
Wow.
Isn't that great? And then it died, and then you did it again. Wasn't quite
Amazing.
Minecraft level. So what grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade going to 6th grade.
Oh my
5th
God.
grade just ended, so you are officially a 6th grader.
And you have an unusual hair color.
Yes, it's blue.
Why is your hair blue?
Because I want it to be.
Okay. What's your favorite subject in school?
Does the end of school count?
No, it doesn't count.
Lunch count?
Lunch doesn't count.
Does recess count?
No. An actual subject.
Writing.
Writing. Okay, we got
Soccer.
to it. We got to it. God knows where you get that from. All right. Favorite restaurant?
Restaurant. I like Benihana's.
You like Benihana's. You go right to the top.
Yep.
Right to the $30 kids meal.
It's amazing. It's worth it.
You don't make any money.
Yeah, do you do?
A little bit. You just had a lemonade stand this week. How much did you make?
$5.58.
And you spent it on
Loom bands
loom bands from Target.
to make bracelets.
What do you want to be when you get older?
A teacher.
Like a just regular teacher?
Yeah.
How can someone who hates school want to be a teacher?
Because I like little children.
You realize the weirdness in
Young
that, though,
ones.
right? Oh, young children.
Like a kindergarten teacher.
Kindergarten.
I don't like math. I don't do math.
Why? Math is fun.
Math is boring. Yeah, makes my head
The
hurt.
numbers always add up. What? Do you see yourself getting married someday?
Probably, yes.
What's your type of beau?
What?
Ow. Husband.
Oh. Nice.
A nice guy? I hope so.
Tall.
Tall. That's not hard. We're very short. We're like hobbits. So anybody's tall.
Yeah. And, smart.
Smart. You have kids?
Yes.
How many? She's thinking very hard about it.
I want 5. I like
5
kids.
kids.
I like children.
Do you have names picked out yet? Like Louie, Dewey, and Huey or something?
No. I don't have the names now.
No names picked out. And what kind of job do you see yourself doing when you get older?
She told you.
I'm a teacher.
Oh, a teacher. That's right. Sorry, I got lost in the dreamy 5 kids. So let's imagine you're a time traveler.
Okay.
You can look 20 years into the future.
Uh-huh.
What will your 10-year-old self say to your 30-year-old self? What advice do you want to give from a kid's point of view? Fingers pointing out. Always remember to...
When life gives you lemons, make orange juice and leave the world wondering how you did it.
That's great.
Where'd you pull that out? Where'd she get that
I
from?
don't know.
Google.
Google. Don't squeeze those lemons.
No, I don't want to squeeze lemons.
Don Brooks says to squeeze the lemons. What do you think of 91 Reasons and being on the show?
It's fun.
Yeah. Do you know anybody else who has their own podcast?
That Chris Gore guy.
Chris Gore guy? I meant your
Chris Gore
friends. I meant friends.
Oh, like friends in school?
I don't know. Where do you know people from?
Lots of places.
Yeah, you have weird friends. You have a friend who gave you their face.
Yeah.
Their
in her
rubber
hat.
mask face.
She's social like her mama.
Yeah. Anything you're looking forward to in the near future?
Your birthday?
What do you want for your birthday?
Ooh.
You're going to be 11.
Yes.
Finally.
Yep.
You don't know what you want for your birthday?
No.
A dolly?
No.
One of those Barbies that's supposed to boost your self-esteem?
One of those fat Barbies, you mean?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Curvy.
No, normal.
They're called curvy. It says curvy.
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 Curvy Barbies.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go because you look like you got a lot to do. You just spend a lot of time on your phone, on your PlayStation 3.
On my tablet.
In case you forget later in life, you spend a lot of time playing Grand Theft Auto as a social game with your friends online where you jack cars, rob people, and go to strip clubs.
Yeah.
You really do this.
We're weird.
Yeah?
Very weird.
And she has a set of best friends that wear little panda things on their head. What do you guys call them?
The Panda Girls.
The Panda Girls. That's right.
Give a shout out to your peeps.
Hannah and Sarah. Panda Girls. Go on.
Oh my god. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show.
It's
And
Father's
then
Day special. She should end it with saying something to you. Anything she wants.
You want to, if you're going to end it, I need to say something first. Then
Oh.
you can say something. How about that?
Okay.
I'm very proud and happy that you came into our lives.
Aw.
I'm glad you missed the day at home.
You're-
I had to beg for you. I'm glad I begged.
You're the glue that holds this family together. I don't know if you know that or not. Because you're so different and so unique. And we're very proud of all the things that you've done. And I can't speak for your mother, but I'm sure it's the same. We can't wait to see what you become later in life. And if you're listening to this 20 years from now, and you will, I know you laugh doing your little poses here, but you will listen 20 years from now. And you will know that on Father's Day 2016, your father loves you very much.
Aw.
And I couldn't be prouder of the things that you've done and the person that you are.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. They're hugging.
Hugs.
So now you can say whatever you want. Unless it's a...
Keep with that.
It's not a competition. Just please don't make it a string of expletives.
What do you mean?
Your mother would just curse. Have I ever told you the story of the lightsaber case?
What?
Don't get started on that.
Oh, I want to know now.
I'll tell you the
That's
lightsaber
a
case story.
for another time.
That's right. Another time, Harry.
I like to end it on thank you for missing a day home for me.
Yeah,
For my birth.
that's right. For your birth.
Aw, that's a good
Josie
one.
Tucker, everybody.
Yay.
All right. We're going to continue up the evolutionary and
What?
and age ladder. I gave you a compliment. I said that you were more advanced in what's the not genetics, but evolution.
Yeah, you call me an old man. I get it. I'm an old dude. I
You are.
eat soup. I eat
He
sandwiches.
was born 60.
I get it. I use the word smorgasbord.
Who uses the word smorgasbord?
I do. I like using the word smorgasbord. I call things trinkets and tchotchkes. And if you mess with me, you're probably a smuck.
Yeah, and he calls his mom a Yenta.
All right, put the game away.
Okay.
All right, we're talking, of course, to Mr. Chicken Strip himself, Austin Tucker.
Austin, Indiana.
Austin, Indiana Tucker.
I'm the prince of chicken strips.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm 16.
Yeah. And what grade are you in school?
Oh, I'm gonna go into junior year.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, really.
And what do you want to do later in life?
I want to become a creator of some form of art that has some sort of impact, whether I become an animator or a musician.
Okay. What about a musician who animates? I don't
Sounds
know.
good to me, man. Do everything you can in life. You only live it once.
You have big plans for your life.
I want to become a man of many hats.
What's, you want to elaborate on that? Many hats?
What do you mean? Many different talents.
Well, some people go, well, he's going to buy a lot of hats, apparently. But that's not what you mean.
No.
What do you mean?
It means
I know what he means.
Well, I mean, I'm a virtual man of hats. But I want to be known for a lot of things. I want to be known for art and animation. I want to be known for possibly some form of music.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
I want to be known for being an artist.
All right, that's great. You don't. There's no qualifications for that. You just call yourself an artist if you create art, and then you're
The
one.
way you dress alone, you're an artist.
I try to dress as weird and zany as I can, and I also try to sketch as weird and zany as I can.
Zany?
Yeah.
I think I know her. She does art, right?
What is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory are those two that come to mind. One is just me and Luna goofing off, and I remember for some reason being obsessed with that big giant Snoopy plush I used to have.
We
Okay.
still have it. It's
Yeah.
back in the
But
garage.
perhaps my earliest childhood memory I can remember is gonna be a weird one. And I watched a video of this yesterday, and it was very odd and surreal because it's one of the only things in my childhood that I know I go to a lot of places, but I don't remember everywhere I go. There's two things I remember doing. Number one is playing Animal Crossing. I remember playing a lot of Animal Crossing
Yeah, you did.
on the GameCube.
Yes.
Before Josie, before even Wild World on the Nintendo DS, I'm talking the original GameCube.
Yeah, we had to one time wait. We couldn't go anywhere
That's what he's talking
because
about.
KK Slider was giving a concert.
And
Yeah, you
looking
can
back
use it.
on that now and how the GameCube has aged, I can't help but wonder a number of things. Is number one, I'm very grateful for living that childhood because the GameCube is now hip, in case you want to wear it. It's seen as a very popular status symbol, and if you own one, it's a big deal. People are trading in their 3DSs to get GameCubes because of how popular it is. Because a lot of people missed that. A lot of people were really into the Xbox or PlayStation 2 and missed the GameCube. I'm not even sure how we owned a GameCube when it came out. I mean, we had it at launch. I don't know how we owned that.
Luke wanted it.
Well, good for you. You had good taste in gaming.
Santa Claus always brought you guys whatever you asked for because you were good
I mean,
little children.
I'm pretty impressed. I thought you guys would have gone for the
That's why we're
PlayStation. I know you had a
celebrating
PlayStation
tomorrow.
2, but I thought you
We
would have
had all
gone.
three of that generation.
Yeah, I thought you just went for PS2 and dropped the others because
every
PS2 played
Christmas,
DVDs.
Luke would ask for a new gaming system, and every Christmas Luke would get a new gaming system.
And I was the one who played them all. Thanks for the
Well,
assistance, man.
the GameCube was the one that was in the bedroom. The PlayStation 2 was in the living room.
Yeah, you play DVDs.
That would explain why I played it so much then. And the other memory I can have
We had the
is
ugly
going
stickers on it.
to, yes, the worst theme park ever, Disney's California Adventure.
Oh.
I grew up at Disney's California Adventure, getting tortillas every
Walk away
day,
from home.
running around on all those ridiculous fountains, hanging out on Paradise Pier, and wondering what is there to do. This is boring.
That's a sad childhood memory.
It kind of is. It's a desolate, depressing theme park. You know, a business failure that you look at.
Well-
You can almost expect a tumbleweed to go by.
You've always been one of those people, kids. You were always obsessed with theme park rides.
I was really obsessed with
And
them when
you
I
were
was little.
obsessed with bad theme park rides.
Yes.
So DCA was like the greatest thing ever to you.
For some reason, yes. Yes, it was. It's very weird for me to walk in DCA even now, looking at how much of it's changed and how much of the architecture is still there.
You liked Superstar Limo,
Yes, I did.
crappy ride.
I liked Jumpin' Jellyfish.
Jumpin' Jellyfish. That's still there, though.
Yes, yes. it is.
Maliboomer.
Yes, but I never rode it.
No, of course. You didn't ride
You
these
just like
things.
sit and stare at
You
it.
just stare at rides.
Yeah. Well, I did ride Jumpin' Jellyfish in
Do you think
Superstar Limo.
Do you think there was something to your young brain appreciating the way things work and move together?
No, I think it was more about the art of it.
It was probably
The
the
things
art
for
of
the way
it.
the vintage buildings were, and remember the Pike Place in Long Beach? He was obsessed with that. He'd go on and we'd watch
It
videos
was
of
just-
what it looked like in those times.
It was
I remember, Austin, not to cut
Coney
you off.
Island
There was
videos.
a day you came in crying because the Pike was gone. And I was like, Austin, it was gone before I was born.
Yeah. We had to buy him books on each of these places.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seemed fascinating to me. Something about theme park rides as a kid intrigued me. The way they looked, it didn't look natural. It didn't look like it should exist. It looked very alien and weird. And it was something that captivated me. How each theme park had their own take on rides. These didn't look like anything someone would attempt to build. They were fascinating to me.
And that's why you wanted to build theme parks when you grew up.
Yep.
Yeah, you had a whole idea that you were going to run your own park when you got older.
I wanted to call it Yesterland and sort of be at a celebration of vintage theme parks.
Yeah, all the rides that are not at the other parks.
Yeah.
And you gave yourself a special job.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
Why do I gotta talk about
This is the best part of the whole
Like
thing.
you weren't a ride operator or a foods guy. You wouldn't even sit in an office like overseeing the thing. You were going to be the guy out front welcoming people in a very specific way.
I know. I was gonna wear a Dumbo costume and pass
Fursuit.
out peanuts.
Yeah.
You did like elephants.
Now I always envisioned the Dumbo costume had a cutout so we could see your face.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "Here you go, welcome to the park." You hand out peanuts, and even the kids with peanut allergies would go, "Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Not Disney.
Oh,
Thank
this idea
you."
was so long ago, it's illegal now.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, I recorded myself a video talking about each ride, and I remember the date. You want to know the date? It was going to open up in 2017.
Well, you better get
You're
cracking.
almost there. Rob.
Wow.
Because I was...
There's a video. I don't know if you have it on YouTube. It's him talking all about his theme park
Yeah.
and what's going to come.
It's still up. I believe it is.
Isn't it?
Because you told me, I asked you, when can I build a theme park? When can I get a job as a teenager? And you said, they hire at 17. So I went, okay, the park's going to be built when I'm 17. Done and done.
I remember we put that video up on MySpace, and some guy was like, "F you, kid! I'm starting a theme park called Yesland. You're not going to stop me." And then, no joke, someone we know got really upset with you because those were all his ideas, and he was seriously like drafting them up. And I was like, "Are you out of your mind?" He
I
was.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So let me tell you some stuff about you as a kid. You used to keep your hands clamped over your ears all day, which we thought you had something wrong with your hearing for the longest time.
Well, this is the thing is, sound scared me as a kid.
Yep.
They really
Yep.
did. And as someone who went to theme parks, I hold a lot of roller coasters. And as someone who went to a lot of swap meets, I hold a lot of crackers. You know, the crackers they would throw on ground.
Yeah,
So
poppers.
Those were the
I was
worst.
to me as a kid, well, I didn't really have an idea of where we went to things and what things did. I just had the idea of the world makes bad sounds.
You also would we would call it, you get caught in a loop. You would stand on the coffee table, or next to the coffee table, with your hand on it, and walk around it. And you would walk around it for about 30 to 40 minutes, just around in a circle. I would
He was
go,
busy thinking about that theme park.
I'd go, "Rachel, he's caught in a loop again. He is caught in a loop."
I mean, even up to more recently, before I got a cell phone at school, while I wait for classes, I would just walk around in circles and think of different crazy ideas I had.
Okay.
I was never someone who had a social group of friends or a cell phone I could call somebody with. So I grew up most of my childhood with no one but myself, really.
Yeah, my idea was to name you Sue, so that people would beat you up and you'd get strong fighting back, but your mother
Yeah.
nixed that idea. So, how would you describe our relationship?
All relationship, that's for you to describe.
What? No, it's for you. How do you view me?
How do I view
It's
you?
Father's Day.
How do I view you?
If you're going to ask me, I'm going to go, well, I'm the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. I collect toys, go to comic book conventions. I have a podcast that I let you be on. I'm the greatest guy ever.
I mean,
Hell, I bought you dinner. Man, I'm the greatest. But but what do you think?
I mean, I'll be honest. You really are one of the best dads I could have
Oh,
gotten.
look at that.
Compared to like every sports dad I got,
Yeah,
it could have been a sports dad.
I know.
It could have
Could
been.
have got a sports dad.
And you know,
We always threaten you with that. Like, you could have got a dad who would not talk to you except if you were watching, like, football.
Yeah.
And that would be, like, your worst night. Because that's what I grew up in. The only way the adults related to you is if you sat and watched football or Western movies with them. And as a kid, sometimes you crave, like, adult attention. So you'd sit there and, like, oh, God, football, kill me. One time, I told you, one time I came in, they were watching the Super Bowl on videotape. They'd already seen it. And I was like, you guys know how it ends.
I mean, the thing is, with a lot of families, I have a lot of online friends now I talk to, and what I've noticed is there are a lot of kids out there that don't have the best parents. And there's a lot of kids who feel really isolated, who never really get to have that, and what I noticed is maybe the reason I never had friends is because I didn't need them, because you guys were so unbelievably welcoming.
Look at that.
To be with.
Isn't that
I didn't need to run away and be a delinquent with a bunch of kids.
Well, if you want to shoplift, I'll tell you what to get.
I mean,
We're out of milk.
well, what I'm saying is,
That was a milk jug.
He's trying to open his mouth.
I appreciate you guys a lot, and I appreciate you especially after talking to some of my friends and witnessing how bad their parents were. I feel awful for them, and the reason why they seek out souls like us is because they needed that comfort, that if there's a family around them, there's someone that cares. And I'm very thankful to have that.
Well, we're happy to provide that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Make your sister cry.
I'm not gonna lie, I have serious anxiety. I really do, and sometimes I can't help myself, so rather than just approach it and talk about it, sometimes the best thing is to just join you guys in TV, and that takes my mind off me and calms me down.
Yeah. Do you remember, how many times have I gone to the school and told off the PE teacher for you?
Oh my god.
It's not just once.
It's a very well-known fact that I am the California... I'm a school district sports nightmare in general. We could go to Antarctica, and I'm the school district sports
And
nightmare.
the Eskimos would be like, get him out.
And, when you think of the school sports nightmare, you think of the Ferris Bueller kid that knows how to hack the system, spray paint the walls, and be the wising up troublemaker. Look, I don't have any friends. I don't have anyone to talk to. I just literally put my foot out on campus, and the teachers go, no, we're not having this. We're not having this at all. And sometimes I just wonder, why? I mean, those two teens over there are practically, like, having babies over there.
And you're the problem.
And I'm the problem.
Yeah.
I just want to sketch my little animal people.
So,
And those teens over there are like, come on, look at that action going on over there. It's like, it's disgusting.
when you were in elementary school, a teacher told you everybody watches the Super Bowl. Everybody watches football.
Yes.
And you said no. And she said, you're not allowed to disagree with me.
Yeah.
And you said, we don't watch football. So I got called into a meeting, didn't I? And I sat there with that blob of a woman.
I know her name.
I don't need to tell her name. Her name is Miss Blobo. And I said, after listening to her talk, I said, we don't watch football. We don't give a crap about football. We care about the arts. I said, in 100 years, no one will have any idea who Michael Jordan is, but they will know continuously who J.K. Rowling is. I think she said who, which would have been perfect. And the more she talked, I finally said, I think I'm done here. I think you're a terrible human being. I don't even want to be in the same room with you. I can't imagine being a student who has to listen and obey you. You're a despicable, despicable human being. Good luck in hell. And then we left.
That's why you're the raddest dad I know.
And then I had to do it again in middle school when the teacher accused you of cheating at soccer, hockey, and you said, I don't even play hockey. How can I cheat?
They just expected me to know all the rules. I didn't know there was like an out of bounds. I mean, come on. There was like a field on the blacktop that was supposed to mark where the bounds were, but the thing was so scraped up and bad, it was hardly a field. How was I supposed to know any of this was?
And I got called into a meeting at 8 a.m. after working haunt. I got home at 4, I got up at 7, and I was in that office by 8. And I said to that woman, I said, don't call me in for these meetings. He's not cheating at a sport. He doesn't have any idea how to play. Why don't you explain the rules? And she was the woman, I said, could you look at me when you're talking? Because you're looking anywhere in the room but at me, and I'm done with this meeting. Boysenberry, I want out.
And it's kind of funny because, see, he immediately went, well, you're cheating, you're not following the rules. And I said, excuse me, you hardly even went over the rules. What type of teacher are you? And she just said, oh, no guff. Guff will not be tolerated. I'll be getting the counselor immediately. And then, like, 5-minute business suits start straightening their tie and walking towards me. And I'm just like, what's happening?
You're giving her guff.
It's no wonder I was convinced I was filming a movie as a little kid. My school life is so wild and insane.
People even talked about that. When you were in kindergarten, you came home from school and said they were filming your life for a documentary on the news. And we were like, oh, that's cool. No one told us. And it went on for days. And I said, I think he's lying. I don't think there's a camera crew following him around. What the hell? You're not the Truman Show.
Okay, this is kind of funny. I actually had one group of friends in the first grade. Now, they were in the second grade. I was friends with them for 2 years. And by the time I wanted to be closer friends to them, they were moved to the higher up playground. And I never saw them again.
Yeah.
And they were these special education kids. And I had this crazy idea that everything we did was being filmed as a movie. Only I had that idea. None of the other kids did. I was insane. I don't know why. I mean, at least I admit it. I mean, let's be honest. We pretended we were like Pokemon and we ran around making noises.
If I said to describe the biggest argument we've ever had, which one would you say is?
The biggest argument we've ever had?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. I like to black out that stuff in my brain. And I actually have these mornings where I'll wake up and everything's fine, and then I remember something and my stomach just drops. I don't like bad memories. I like to look at the future in an optimistic way.
Yeah, but bad memories teach you lessons.
The only fight, I mean, most of my fights are with my mother. I'm not saying
What's that mean?
It's Father's Day. It's not about you.
But it's mostly my mother. The only fight I can imagine we had was the Monsters vs. Aliens.
That's what I was going to say if you didn't think of
That
it.
was the only one. It was in front of the Tutti Frutti parking lot in Knott's Berry Farm. I got a Monsters vs. Aliens Happy Meal. It was like a spaceship, and when you hit the center of it, it exploded into threes.
Yeah.
So I hit the center, and it exploded into threes, and a piece of the ship landed in the parking lot. And my mind was like, well, I better go get it. And I went and got it, and you guys were really mad, and I didn't know why. And I couldn't handle it.
And I said, you jumped in the street. You're lucky you didn't get hit by a car. And you basically told me, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And it was basically, and that fight went on 3 hours.
I know. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. It's not.
Where your mother kept telling me I had to give in, and I said, I'm not. Jumping in the street is not a give-in offense. The other thing was, this wasn't a fight, but you hate bees. Like the worst. And sometimes when you see bee, you jump in the street.
You don't even care where you're going.
You just go, blah! You jump in the
We
street.
talked about this. He said he'd rather run into a car before bees.
Yeah, we talked about it in the other show.
It's what the reason why. Okay, 2 things. Number one.
Oh, no.
Okay, number
2
one,
things.
why I hate bees. I hate bees because as a kid I knew they stung, and I pictured them as basically Dr. Socks with wings. And
You've never been stung by a bee.
But I imagine it as a Dr. Sock.
But why would you be terrified of something that's never happened to you?
Because it's bad. I mean, I'm terrified of a lot of diseases I don't have, but I'm gonna get.
Tell me, please,
You
elaborate.
want me to continue?
Yeah, what
No.
diseases are you going to get?
Well, what happens if I get kidney stones? I'm terrified of that.
You're not going to get kidney stones. You actually were worried about getting kidney stones, so you gave up soda.
Yes.
That's the leading cause of kidney stones.
In health class, they told us we would get them. That health class idea was a horrible idea. You never should have put me in that class.
You have to take it.
You have to take health.
Take it.
I know.
You have
but
to learn
like,
about your body. You're uncomfortable anything about your body.
I am. I'm. Disgusting.
What do you do in Las Vegas when you get out of the shower? Because in Las Vegas, the mirrors they show everything. Because in our house, the mirror is right above the sink. That's all you see is your head.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like talking about my body in front of other people, but I think I'm very attractive.
At least you think he's
And
attractive.
I'm going to be honest, a full body meal is the opposite of a problem, my friend.
Oh.
There's no bigger fan of Austin than Austin.
And you set me up in a situation where I'm completely naked.
Oh.
You ask me.
No.
That is bloody brilliant. Okay, so
I love his confidence.
what's your favorite food?
My favorite food in the world? Like, in
His
the
top
world.
10.
Just like, I love eating. About eating.
What do you like to eat?
Yeah, he's
I
so
love
skinny.
stuffing food in my mouth because when I stuff it in my mouth, I don't have to stress or think about anything. All that matters is something in my life tastes amazing. I can just keep stuffing it down my throat.
Okay, so
I actually-
when you're doing this, what are you eating?
Well, I'm eating gourmet chicken strips.
Oh, well, naturally.
I'm eating garlic bread.
Garlic
I love
bread.
garlic bread. Now, if I have to go settle for a food that's at home and we don't have the money to go to a fast food place, I'm probably munching on Chex Mix.
Chex Mix, yeah.
Chex Mix is great.
I watched you use Chex Mix the other day as a side dish.
What?
You had like chicken and Chex
Yeah,
Mix.
He does that a lot.
I do that a lot, man. That's like every
Like,
meal.
it was like you're at some sort of cocktail mixer.
Yeah, that's Austin.
Every meal. Well, a proper meal. So easily be
Or
accompanied.
goldfish.
Should be accompanied by the main dish, a side of Chex Mix or goldfish, and a nice fruit drink. It tastes better if the fruit is in the drink. And when you get to eat the little, like, moist fruit afterwards, that tastes good.
The little slivers.
Yeah, the little slivers.
Yeah. Your favorite Starbucks drinks is?
The strawberry refresher.
Yes.
It's delicious.
What
It is
happened
a-
recently with the strawberry refresher?
Oh, I don't know. A bunch of hippie morons had the idea of wanting to put coconut milk in the strawberry refresher. Who does this? And suddenly, it's like the most popular thing in the
Yeah.
world. Like,
It's a drink. The strawberry refresher is a drink nobody even orders. We went there and they're like, "Oh no, we're sold out."
Sold out for
Because-
You look like they canceled Christmas.
because someone had the idea of, I'm going to take the weird drink, put coconut milk in it.
Yeah.
Coconut milk! And it's some weird friend's idea where everyone thinks they're the hippest person in the world by saying, I drink strawberry refresher with coconut milk. Well, it's not as funny when everyone does it and the drink is gone. This is the opposite of a niche drink. It's the most corporate thing I've ever seen, and it's robbing me of my favorite beverage.
Well, but they've adjusted. Now they order more.
Good! Good! Supply and demand, get more,
What-
so I can get my drink.
What's your least favorite food?
My least favorite food. I hate cheese. I hate anything with cheese in it.
Yep.
I hated it ever since the 4th grade when they had, quote, mini cheeseburgers. Now, these were not cheeseburgers. I remember the smell. You hear that?
Yeah.
I can smell it right now.
Hear that?
Whatever it was.
Smell it.
What's
It wasn't
worse?
cheese.
What's worse, mini cheeseburgers or those frozen mini chicken sandwiches?
I think they're both absolutely disgusting. And if someone walked up to me and said there's 0% food in that, I'd believe you.
Can we talk
It's not
about the
food.
chicken sandwich, or is that off limits?
Oh, no, we can tackle that. I mean, we can spend a whole life dancing around problems, or we can dive in it nose first and
Because
face it, you know?
your mother made you one day,
Yes, he
and
did.
you weren't going to eat it. And all she wanted you to do was to try it. But to you, it looked like death. Like, I'm not
They
eating that.
were. There was a period where she only made those every day, and they were
That's what
disgusting.
we have in the house.
Okay, so
was cheese.
a bit of setup.
And we're talking about the frozen breaded chicken patties
By
on
Market
Bunch.
Pantry.
Hamburger bun and your
The Target
toilet.
brand.
Target brand.
Disgusting.
It looked bad. It smelled bad. And when I finally ate
You have
it,
to put cheese on it.
I finally ate a bite of it.
Yeah.
Because my mother was so mad at me. I was crying in my bedroom.
Yeah, your mother doesn't get mad at you very often, but when she does, boy, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And she was like doing that. The chicken sandwich.
So at this point, I was just like, I gotta do it. Like a doctor's thought, here we go, man. And I was kind of like Squidward when he tries the Krabby Patty, if anyone knows the scene I'm talking about, where he
Oh,
like
yeah.
takes a really faint bite of the meat and
Oh,
pulls
yeah.
out. And I swear to God, I looked into the face of the Grim Reaper and touched him for a brief moment. A tight tap. You
And-
know,
and
like
how
a-
did this
like
fight-
A tap.
How did this fight end?
In tears.
No,
I mean-
you were doing a specific act.
I forgot that was the same fight.
Why would you
I
remind
forgot
me
that
of?
was the same
So,
one.
let me remind you that at this point in life, hold on! Let me do the talking. This is my experience. I have no friends at the time. So, if I have a problem, there's no one really I can say, I need your back, you know? There's no one in life there for me.
I have your back.
You weren't here, you were at work.
I was at work.
So it was just Mom mad.
The fight was fine when
Look-
she showed up from work.
It was Mom mad, Luna crying, and you cried too. You couldn't handle the angriness. You were bawling.
I was screaming.
And-
It was a freaking chicken sandwich.
You were in tears. So at that point, I was just like, there's nothing left to talk to in this world but something I can talk to. I need something to express myself to. So I started talking to my stuffed animals. And I did. I was talking to my stuffed animals, and I kind of had this idea of maybe if I made a scene, Mom would recognize me, think I'm insane, and take me to some therapist, because at that point I wanted to see a specialist more than my mother because of how bad my Asperger's had gotten at that point. And I don't think you knew I had it at that point.
I think it was before Asperger's was out, before we knew.
Before you knew. I didn't know.
Because
it was
after
wrong
that,
with me.
I just cushioned your little butt. You could never do wrong. You know that. You know that.
And what I
After
did
that.
was I took my Star Wars playsets, I stacked them up, I sat my Max Rebo plushie atop of it. I might have laid some money around it. I can't remember that. That's just like a
So you
weird
made
part of
a
me.
temple and an altar with,
Basically,
with
yeah.
offerings.
I want to say I used the Indiana Jones quicksand temple,
Uh-huh.
and I want to say I used the Droid Factory playset to like make my scrap tower. And I started bowing down to Max Rebo.
You were praying to him.
I prayed to him and I said, "Trust in Rebo. Rebo is God. Trust in Rebo." That was it.
Wow.
That was like the blink of I'm done. I've lost my sanity. It's out the window. This woman is yelling at me at a chicken sandwich.
This woman.
I
This woman.
I
Well,
don't know
all right.
what I did wrong, but obviously I made a mistake and it's time to just give up at this point.
You've come so far since then.
Yes, Austin,
There used to
you
be
have.
days where you couldn't look at cheese or hamburgers, and now you've grown and you've
Couldn't go
gotten past
outside. You
that.
were scared
I know,
of air.
Something I noticed though is like my anxiety still pushing on me to get me upset about things.
That's
And
life.
You're always going to have
That's
anxiety.
life.
And for you, it's always a challenge because you do have Asperger's, Austin.
And I try and overcome that. And sometimes trying to overcome it is what helps me. Like one time I had this crazy idea of, what if I just tried sketching? Anything to get my mind off of it. And that sowed the interest in hand-drawn art that I now have. And I sketch every day.
Right. Well, there are times, like when I do those shows at Knott's for the full theater, 2,000 people, and I don't have a script, I'm just going to talk. There are moments backstage right before it starts, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I should just leave. I get out of here. But you're like, you have to face it, grab it, and then just go. When the lights come up, I am that guy.
But like, do you think for my future problems, do I need to tiptoe around them, or do I need to face them and just look at them at the front and just go?
Eventually,
Come at me.
you're going to find a partner in life, and you're not going to be alone.
And I think if I find the right partner, I don't think I'll ever really have those problems.
Right, no, it'll be different.
I mean, a voice of reason is all I really need in life, and
yeah.
I think sometimes my brain doesn't think where to latch onto that voice of reason.
But
Sometimes,
don't I do that for you now?
which is why I was just about to say, there's my mother.
Yes,
Yeah.
and eventually we're going to cut those apron strings.
But not yet.
Your mother will go flying,
No,
and you'll
no.
be able to start your
No,
journey.
no,
And-
no.
And until I find a partner, my mother is who I address all my problems
This is
to.
the Father's Day episode.
I know, I'm sorry. If you want to handle my anxiety, go ahead, man. I'll go full force at you. But you probably
Your
don't
dad's
want
never
to.
been good with your anxiety. No, that is definitely me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not good with it because I face all my anxiety.
You don't understand, though.
I
that it's
drag it
different in your
out,
head.
put it on the table, chop
I mean,
it up, and eat it.
Here's the problem I have is sometimes my anxiety can drag on for a really long time. And I have this fear that it's going to ruin things like conventions. I have anxiety right now that I'm scared is going to affect my Anime Expo Comic-Con experience by upsetting my stomach.
You're going to be fine.
I'm going to be right there in the food court if you need me.
Your smother will be right with you.
Smother.
All right, yes.
So, final thoughts on me.
So, let's talk about me.
So,
I think... Okay, I have a message to my future self.
He's talking
Oh,
about
go ahead,
himself.
please.
This is my...
He's talking to himself.
Right now,
dear 36-year-old
dear
Austin,
36-year-old me, right now I'm in a state where I'm really attractive. I want you to keep that, future me. Like, stay healthy, try and adopt some healthy lifestyle, and branch out a little. You can't live on the Hot Pockets forever. You have to keep that figure. And try and be a little more confident in yourself. Because, my God, you are
need
really hot.
confidence.
because you're hot.
Are
Is
you
that what you're
hating
saying?
yourself now?
So there you go.
Are you in love with yourself?
You know, if
You have to
I
be.
if I met like an alternate universe gender bent version of myself, I'd probably make out with him.
You see, it's not the full mile because he says it has to be gender bent. He's not going the full love himself mile.
That's very true.
Okay. Well, how do I top that?
I'm probably going to find a partner who is very close and similar to me.
No, you're gonna find the exact opposite. That's how it works.
I don't know.
When I met your mom, she was not Lucy. She became Lucy when she spent more time with me. She went from Oh, you're in a play. That's great. I want to be in the play too.
Well,
I'm in the play. I want to be in the show.
I don't know. I feel like we're in a lot of different positions where if you were in my position of high school, you probably would have went out with 10 people already. I have a lot of girls at high school who like me, who I don't want to go out with, and you'd probably consider them very attractive. But I don't really want to go out of them.
You got their numbers?
No,
Oh.
because they're very rude and they don't have the same personality
All
as
young
me.
girls are rude. Did you hear your sister?
But, like, these are people that I can instantly see as going on a dinner date with this person or be living hell for me.
Well, then don't do that.
So, see?
What do you think of Hooters?
I just don't get the appeal of it because I feel like Hooters is the ultimate
no.
excuse for I don't want to face my problems. I want to dodge them. Where I want to go to a land where I don't have to face my problems, where a paid pretty girl is going to tell me everything's okay and deliver me chicken strips and say, hey, honey, you're all right, so I can feel good about myself.
Sometimes you need that.
Rather than face your actual real-life problems.
You'd rather go to Wendy's where they go, take these nuggets and get out.
I would rather go to Wendy's with a friend and go, look, man, I got some issues. Let's fix this. Let's have a nice dinner. Let's face life at the
Did
worst.
you just nice dinner and Wendy's in the same
Yeah,
sentence?
he did.
I like Denny's.
You get a frosty at the end.
Denny's brings me back.
Wendy's
because-
or Denny's?
Wendy's. We're
Wendy's.
discussion is Wendy's.
What mall had a Wendy's built in? Westminster?
The
Westminster.
one where
I-
I was a Batman.
I remember going there a lot.
Because mine is weird.
I remember going there a lot.
I remember that. I remember being dressed as Batman.
And I remember being-
Because we do our Halloween every year there.
For some reason, I remember being very, very happy to get my Kirby Happy
I
Meal
know, yeah,
toy.
they had Kirby.
Because they never had toys of Kirby before, and it's 2016,
Never again.
and they still don't have toys of Kirby. I cannot go to the store and buy a Kirby figure. They came out with some Amiibos 3 days ago that are sold out and gone. Anyways, continue.
All right. I've watched you grow up from a young blonde kid to the Who I see before me.
Hey.
The dark-haired goth who hears that Horton hears. He's
Flipping his
he's
hair.
primping. He's doing what Josie did now. I'm so excited to see what you do in life. Because you kind of have an idea of your path already. So I'm curious to see where that goes. Let me finish.
Okay.
I couldn't be prouder of the obstacles you've overcome to become this person.
Thank you.
I can go back to the first shows you appeared on this podcast, where you have no idea what you're doing, you don't want to speak up, to where the last episode you were screaming about people on Reddit. That's an amazing transformation.
Yeah.
And I understand living in my shadow is difficult when it comes to this kind of stuff. But you also have to remember, this is not natural. I went to school for this. It seems stupid, but I did. I really did go to school to learn how to speak and be confident and talk loudly and clearly. That's all part of the acting school experience. So the fact that you guys have trouble with it doesn't bother me at all. Everybody is on their own path. I'm excited to see where you go. I've told your mother this since you were an infant, because you were weird then. I can't wait to see who you end up with. What kind of person you end up with. If you're listening now in the future and you are married to Austin, God bless you. I want to meet you. I want to know how long it takes to do his hair every day for him. If you wash him regularly. If you're taking care of him. If you are learning to make chicken strips 9 different ways to feed him, and definitely steering clear of hand-breaded chicken patties.
And I hope you're as zany as ever.
Oh my God.
Aww.
I love you, Austin. I'm proud to call you my child. And I look forward to seeing what happens 20 years from now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we're moving on. We've now reached the oldest here.
Hi.
Who are you?
Luna.
You're Luna. So, what's your earliest childhood memory, Luna?
Earliest, Okay, I'm trying to think.
You've had time. I've asked everybody the same
I'm trying to
question.
think. I'm getting stuff of elementary school, but I'm getting stuff of the house before that, so that must be older.
Always people
It's
think
playing
about- should've
croquet
started
with
me.
Andy. That's my oldest possible memory.
Andy was the kid who lived across the way. His
Yeah.
mother was on the run from the police or something, right?
Okay, wait.
Like, that's a true thing,
The
right?
husband was on the run from the police.
Yeah.
She was not allowed to leave the house and talk. And we started, like, slowly going outside at the same time to go to the trash or the laundry. Because we had children the same age. And she wanted a friend so bad. And she would sneak a little more each time.
Right.
Like, and then before we knew it, she was full on. If he wasn't there, we could be friends and Luke can play.
And you
with
liked
Andy.
him because Andy was the kid in Toy Story.
Yeah, Luke was
So,
obsessed with Toy Story.
yeah. So when you were little, you were into Toy Story, Lara Croft, and
Yes.
oh my God, PlayStation.
Mhm.
We have pictures of you, 2 years old.
2 years old, yeah.
2 years old, playing full-on video games.
Mhm.
Why?
That's what I did. That was fun.
You did the training mission for Tomb Raider.
I just
Remember the
watched
training
the
mission,
video.
Rachel?
Someone remade the Croft Manor on a newer game engine, and they did an interview with them saying why. And she just said, well, I remember being 2 or 3 and playing it and not being too scared to play the rest of the game, so I just ran around her house.
Yeah, that's
Put
what
the
you
butler
did.
in the fridge.
You ran around the house, you did the obstacle course, you looked in her trophy room. Like, that's just so weird, like, that generation picked up on that so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We hired Lisa to be Lara Croft at your birthday party, and you were in awe of that.
That was his fifth.
You were into Toy Story, Bear in the Big Blue House.
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. Your mother once got into a fist fight at Burger King because they had the Teletubbies display and they gave you the prior toy. I think it was Wild Wild West or something.
Oh.
And she was like, no! You've got Teletubbies on the bag! And you put this in there! And she's throwing it through the window at him.
My kid wants something that's going to get it.
So, how do we talk about your journey?
What is there to talk
There's
about?
a lot
me?
to your journey. There is a lot.
Find a starting place somewhere.
He had a 4th Barbie birthday party.
You had a Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie
We've
birthday
always
party,
been,
yeah.
we've always been very accommodating to you, because my thinking was, what's the point in arguing and making the kid cry? If the kid says, "I want this," you just do it.
Like a Barbie doll
But
collection.
people
Remember
get
Kelly
really-
dolls?
Kelly dolls.
People get really hung up on that. Like, you collected Barbie dolls. You had a Barbie birthday party. You wanted to dress like Lara Croft.
Mhm.
So we made you the double holsters. We have pictures of you with the double holsters and the big belt buckle and the black
Mhm.
shirt.
Cowboy boots and his underwear.
Yeah, well,
I have pictures.
I remember that. I know the picture of that.
Yeah, that's what he ran around the house in. I don't know if it was hot or he just wanted to be in underwear. But
so what do you think? Now that you're 19 years old.
Oh, I feel old.
Yeah, and you look at kids who fought with their parents their whole lives about what they wanted to be, what they wanted to
we
have.
knew parents like that. We knew parents that if I handed someone's son a purple cup, he would grab it out of his hand and said, "You are not allowed to drink out of that. That is a girl color. Only girls drink purple."
We never got hung up
And
on
I
that.
just was like, oh my God, you know what? Luke, come get the pink cup because that is ridiculous. So maybe I played in a little bit to that. But it's just, I don't know. I've never been that way with toys and stuff.
It's weird to think at 19 that you grew up the fastest. I mean, that's that weird to say? It's also very true. Like, we blinked and you were grown up. It's so weird to me. Like, all these... if you ask me early memories, they were you... Forget the infant stuff, because infants are boring to father. The kid's got to do something, right? I remember you, when Austin was born, yelling at him. He just lays there. Why won't he play with me? When are we going to do something together? And then eventually, time marches on. By the time Austin's 2, 3, 4, and now we're into about 2001, finally, you have a friend who's at the house all day. And you guys actually got along. You never really fought.
How much?
Oh my God, you're here too?
How much gaming did we do? PvP
All
cooperative.
we did every day.
It's all we did every day.
Yeah, but you guys had your weird toys too. You had like a tactics. And,
Yeah, there were phases every couple months.
Well, you had those
Yes,
little
we did have phases.
skateboards. What was
Tech
it called?
decks.
Tech decks. And what was the little climbing things?
knickknacks,
Yes,
click clacks, something like
you
that.
went through all your
I think I still
lists.
have a knack-knacks. I think I still have some knack-knacks in the garage.
Oh, the little beans, the Mighty Beans.
Mighty Beans.
I mean, every fad there was, you collected. and had
Mighty
cakes
Beans was
for
that
it.
horrible fad that just kept haunting us and showing up again.
Do you remember 2005 when you walked into traffic? You don't remember that at all? You were
I don't.
8. It was the Walmart Star Wars Day, and we were walking to the park. They had all the toys in the parking lot in a tent. We were walking over.
I
this.
remember the tent. I remember they had the thing you put your hand on and it was heat sensitive.
Yeah.
I got a Wookiee. A Wookiee attachment.
Yes, they gave free toys.
I remember this like it was yesterday. This wasn't that long ago,
He
right?
walked into traffic.
Yeah.
11 years, Austin.
11 years? Continue on.
It's older than me.
Yeah, you went there.
And we've watched you.
She wasn't there just by a few months.
We've watched you through high school. Have all the normal problems people had, girl problems.
Mhm.
Oh my God, you were into the. You had a friend, and then you were into her sister, and then that got all crazy.
2 years of hell.
Oh
And
yeah,
that-
that was hell.
full crush.
Her mother
crush.
was crazy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, Luke, you're going to marry? Like, no, he's not. No, no, we're done with you. Now, the father was a great guy. The rest of them, nuts. And the son, good guy. You got into
Next
drama.
crush, she was cute. I liked her.
Who?
But she didn't stay around long. The one I had to meet the mom and have her over. I don't want to give names.
We'll call her
Yeah.
Shirley. That was Shirley.
Yeah.
Um,
but she was adorable. And then there was Naomi.
You're not
I
giving
love-
names, but we'll give
Yeah.
Naomi.
No, Naomi's
Naomi's
a friend.
still a friend. So
Naomi
she gets
is
her
a
name.
shout out.
She
She
gets
is
a shout
our
out.
family friend for life. We love her. I tried to get her with Austin, and that didn't work out because she's his age. You know. Then we tried to Luke. That didn't work out. You know.
Yeah,
I just
I'm gonna.
wanted her in
Yeah,
my
I'm
family.
gonna. Naomi's a nice girl, but let's nip it right in the bud. Her mother came over and said the comet was coming to
Yeah.
kill us all, and she wasn't kidding.
You know, I was
Mom is
offended
very
the most because he said some of us, no, you're not going to heaven, you're not going to heaven, you're going to heaven, you're going to heaven. And he looked at me and went, maybe. I mean, that was like the most offense. I don't get
Sure about
offended,
you.
ever.
No, you just look at her and you go, "Hey, lady, if you're gonna be there, I don't want to go. No thanks."
She has a lot of nice qualities too. She's just a really overbearing mom.
So
That's
you
all.
did some high school plays. What plays did you do?
I did Crucible, Arsenic and Old Lace, and The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I turned down Grease though because it was too soon after I got into acting.
Too soon. We went
Yeah.
and saw it though.
Mhm.
I remember we went and saw it. It was good. And we've watched you try these things. It's very gratifying to watch you try and do things. You know, it's been very interesting. Which is weird because some things you're just not into.
Mhm.
Like I'm going to do a play. All right. Are you going to walk in the graduation line and get your cap? No, I'm not doing that. Oh, okay. Okay. Most people would be like the opposite, right?
No. There's certain things I'm either all for or all against, and there's no predicting it. I just am.
Yeah. But that's what makes you unique. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Sandwich? Just a
A
sandwich.
sandwich.
That's what I was gonna
How
Okay.
exciting.
As a mom, you're asking these questions, and I'm nailing them.
I like it.
I love it. Every
It's
question
easy
you
to
ask
make, and it tastes better than anything else.
Do you have soup in your
Good.
sandwich?
No, I have a Coke and either some chips or some pretzels. Pretzels are the best.
You mean as in a German soft pretzel, though?
No,
as in
of the hard kind. A German a soft pretzel is its own meal.
Austin
You
doesn't
can't
like
say that.
the look at pretzels.
When we get those microwavable pretzels, those are great.
You know,
Sometimes
I
they're
wish-
too chewy.
I wish you could see my face when I accidentally eat a pretzel in the Chex Mix. But I digress. Continue on.
I like soft food or crunchy food. I can't handle chewy or mushy. No.
Like mashed potatoes.
No mashed potatoes, no spaghetti, no soup.
How could you not eat spaghetti?
He doesn't eat
Spaghetti is
anything with
great.
marinara
Just the
sauce.
sound of the slurping just ruins me.
You
No.
drink it
Can we
Italian,
digress
you know.
1 second with Numbskull here, who can't have anything with cheese, but will eat an entire pizza by himself?
Uh-huh.
You want to explain that?
As a kid, I always called it pizza cheese
I
because
was-
it looked different, smelled different, and tasted
You're an
different.
idiot.
I refused to eat
It's
pizza.
cheese.
I refused to eat pizza until I was like 12 or 13.
Well, who
Yeah, you
does
were
I was
that?
really
disgusted
late
by
on
it.
Who
pizza.
does that?
Josie
Now-
doesn't eat pizza right now.
And then I ate it at Chuck E. Cheese
But I'm
once.
not
I was like,
worried.
"Ooh."
She will
We
eventually
grew up
too.
on Papa John's. Back in Long Beach, you got us a lot of
You only
Papa
get the
John's.
chicken though.
But
It was
Yes.
amazing.
The chicken was amazing, but you're not going to believe what I did with my pizza. Do you remember this, Mom? You had to cut it up into little chunks of
yeah.
cheese for me, and I would eat those.
Well, you used to go to Del Taco when we had to pay for extra cheese.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
that?
that was a weird
You would
choice.
ask for a taco with cheese on it
If you didn't
and
get
an
the side.
extra cup of cheese.
Yep, I just didn't grasp the concept that was the
He
same
likes
thing.
cheese if it's with meat and bread.
Yeah, it's not on its own. And also, whatever cheese was on those hamburgers
Why are
was
you
not
in his
cheese.
interview?
Get out of my interview.
What's your least favorite food?
We just said anything that's mushy,
Mushy.
or slurpy.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti,
Pasta.
soup, pasta,
Who doesn't eat soup?
meatballs, mashed potatoes.
Oh no, I disagree with meatballs.
You like
No.
steak.
I like steak as long as it's extremely well cooked.
Oh, that's
And
murder.
I like hamburgers that are from fast food and stuff. I don't like the home ones that are all
Oh,
chewy.
blasphemy. First off, a hamburger made at home tastes 10 times better than any fast food joint.
No.
And second, the meat must be pink in the middle.
No.
Or you're destroying it.
No.
Right, Austin?
No
We
pink.
are a well
No,
family.
not
It has
pink
to
in
be
the,
burnt to a crisp and covered
Yes.
in barbecue sauce.
not pink in the middle, pink all the way. Why?
I like it when you're done eating, there's a pool of blood under
Ew.
the. That's what I
You're grossing
like.
me out.
No.
It's delicious.
No.
You drink a lot of soda. What's your
lot of
favorite soda?
Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke.
Or
Austin,
raspberry Coke when we go to those
Yep.
the places with the machine.
Me, Austin, and your mom do not drink soda anymore.
No.
I only have it if I go to McDonald's. I can't say no to a McDonald's Coke. I don't know what they put in it, what they do there differently.
What?
Drugs. I
God,
could never
they're
give up
amazing.
Coke.
Never.
No.
I did.
No,
It's tough.
Barely I might be able to stick to like
Well, you're
Sprite
young.
and orange
I'm
soda
doing
type
it for
things,
health
but
reasons.
I couldn't give
not
up carbonation
because of how
entirely.
it tastes. I love it. I,
I know.
love it.
I know exactly what you're saying because flat drinks are like boring,
Yeah.
boring. But you know, I gave it up so long ago that I can't have them anymore, or they wreak havoc on my system.
Oh.
But I gave them up because of what Austin said.
Even the vitamin water.
I gave them up because of kidney stones because I
Yeah.
had one, and once you have
Yeah.
one, you go, I will do anything in the world not to come back here. But what? Okay, forget about that.
Wait, question.
Oh no,
Will I get
why would
kidney
you
stones
start
for
that?
drinking vitamin water?
No.
they're in the bottom like boba.
No.
Wait, is it serious?
No.
When you say it to make me feel better, or like, no, I want
That's
the
just fruit water. You're
Fine.
fine.
It's healthy and vitamin water.
Oh, okay.
It's the brown coloring of soda that's bad for you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So anything your dad says, you're fine.
All right, back to you. Where do you see yourself in 20 years?
20 years. That's too long. I don't see myself in a month. I don't know.
I'm
Are
asking
still
you-
on our couch.
I'm
I
asking
hope
Just
not.
curious.
at
I'd
30.
hope I'd move up to like
A bedroom
a
by
bed
then?
by then.
No,
Yeah.
At 39, where
Blow-up
do you see
mattress.
yourself?
Go for the blow-up mattress. We got one of those now.
39.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
just if you had to guess.
Yeah. I really have
All right,
no
so you don't know
idea.
where you're at. Nobody does. What do you want to say to your 39-year-old self?
Say to my-
At 19, if you could say, like, I would love to hear my 19-year-old self because I was a cocky
Yeah,
a-hole.
anything I say is gonna be horribly naive to my future self.
Well, go on the record here. Let's
I
go.
don't know.
I'll say something to my 64-year-old self.
Oh, God.
Go to the bathroom more often.
John drinks so much water.
I can't. I have to drink a lot of water. I need you to get me some
He
more.
drinks so much
What are we
water.
waiting for, man? Spill it out. Who are you now? So that your future self can
Don't know who
go.
I am now.
Who are you now? If you had to describe yourself.
How do I describe?
If you had to describe yourself to somebody who's never met you, how would you describe yourself? You can't talk with a pillow on your face.
I really don't know. I guess
You're
I
a what?
do.
I'm a blank.
I'm high.
You're high.
No, not high.
What?
Hello there.
Is there something you need
All
to
right, here,
tell us?
I'll go first. I'm a sarcastic, smart aleck who's
Uh-huh.
creative and can't sit still for longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I do that.
No, you don't
I was
get to
gonna
pick
take
mine.
yours.
You have to say your own. Or you're a thief.
I don't know. I barely have a physical form anymore.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
an internet person.
You spend a lot of time on the internet.
Yeah.
You design things
I do
digitally.
art, I do digital art. I watch streamers and I play video games.
What's a streamer?
people who play video games
Okay.
for a living.
In 20 years, they may not even know what that is.
So what are some of your favorite streamers?
Vine Sauce.
What is a
Game
Vine
Grumps.
sauce? What is a Vine
He's
sauce?
some dude who lives in New York and plays Teletubbies at 4 a.m.
That's not Vine sauce. I watch Vine sauce. I can tell you it's not Vine sauce. Vine sauce is a team of streamers. There are particular Vine saucers you like. Can you tell us
Vine
about
Sauce.
some of these people?
You want Joel?
So,
They're talking about the
let me ask you a question,
What?
because this is interesting. You don't care for regular television.
No.
You don't watch regular television.
No, there's nothing.
You're
on
more
there.
into homemade rebel broadcasts
Mhm.
where there's no filter
Mhm.
and no allegiance that they're going to be here next week.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
odd. What do you get out of that?
I prefer media that doesn't have to hold back. I don't like watching, like sometimes I try watching shows on TV. I watch Adventure Time. I watch Miraculous, but it always feels like they can't say what they want to say, or the show's trying to go in a direction they won't let it. That's just frustrating. So I'd rather have something that if it doesn't go the right way, then it's exactly one person's fault for not writing it right, and not something behind it or
That
something.
explains a lot about why you've never said that on the Homestuck episodes. What you just said explains
Yeah.
exactly why you like Homestuck. That's interesting. Don't you find that
Yeah.
interesting? You just had an epiphany right on the show. That's amazing. What's your favorite YouTube video?
Like single video?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I have a whole bunch.
No, I'm trying to think.
I like that one where that big fat lady is yelling at the skateboarder guys.
Yeah.
There's our bunch. She's like,
Yeah.
I told you not to be
Yes.
here. And the guy's like, yes, drill sergeant. You can read it. Just type it. Crazy lady yells at skaters.
Your court mania seems to be something known as Gilvasuno.
Oh yeah, Silva Gooner.
Could you explain
Silva Gooner's
what this
great.
is?
They only make high quality rips.
Really unironically explain what this
Unironically,
is.
they're a team of various people from we think it's from across the country. It's a bunch of different college kids doing stuff. And they rip audio from video games. So they take music from video games and post on YouTube for other people to listen to. But they never do it right. They always make it an edit or put a different song through it, or the reoccurring joke of putting the Flintstones theme song in the middle.
And
All right.
there seems to be
As a man of 44 years old, I have no idea what you just said.
It comes
I don't
from-
understand. See, here's what I can't figure out, and what your generation does. You guys think that everything's up for grabs,
Uh-huh.
and that's not the way it works. The Flintstones theme song is owned by somebody. If you're going to use it, you got to pay up. So, I mean, and this you're talking to a guy who puts music on my podcast,
Yeah.
so I'm an a-hole. I get it, but I just find it weird. Like your generation feels everything up for grabs.
Mhm.
You can pick and choose this and that and this and that and mash it all together and make something new out of it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Vilsa Sariga makes his living off that.
To me it's interesting because I always loved Star Wars, but I always was aware it belonged to George Lucas.
Mhm.
It's his stuff. I'm only playing in it.
No,
You guys don't feel that way.
I follow the Star Wars thread on Face Punch, where all they do is rip the various models from the video games and port them into 3D modeling programs so they can animate their own scenes with them.
That's fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating to me. So if you could say something to your 20-year-old self, to your 39-year-old self, it would be, I wonder what the media is that day.
Yeah,
What is it like now?
things change so rapidly.
We just went through E3 where everything was about virtual headsets.
Mhm.
So it's like coconut water, they're going to force this crap on us,
Mhm.
and they're going to make it so you have to participate in it by buying their new equipment or you're going to be left out,
Yeah,
right?
the Valve's gone full of that. They only really do VR stuff now.
Of course, they want you to
And
buy the new
the
stuff.
statistics say that out of 6 million users of their Steam application, about 1% actually had the money to buy a VR set.
Well, they'll get cheaper. It'll
Mhm.
change. So, well, when did you decide to go from Luke to Luna?
About 2 years ago.
What was the
no
catalyst for
less.
that?
I don't know. There was a lot because,
I just realized something really bad. Did you fix the microphone setting before we started recording?
Yeah.
it's all good.
Okay, continue.
This freak out was brought to you by Austin.
This is my life. I'm sorry.
I just thought of something an hour in.
Well, I mean, it could have been.
I'm talking. Get out of the show.
Ruining the moment.
2 years ago, you decided to
2
change
years
your
ago,
name.
Yeah, because I had a lot happen. I had my I left my first girlfriend, my only real actual one I've ever had, and I don't know. I was just opened up to a lot more. After getting into Homestuck, I was a lot more open to the internet world, and seeing a lot of different media and stuff I hadn't noticed before. Just
Okay.
watching off TV, and I don't know. It wasn't an all-together one thing. It was like a series of epiphanies over half a year before I even got to something.
And what on earth gave you the strength to ask for a dress at Comic-Con? That's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
We've talked about it on the show before.
I don't know.
It takes balls.
I remember there was like 2 weeks of lead up into asking that. I remember that being a big deal. And I don't know how I did it.
You must have been terrified, I would
Yeah.
say.
I thought you were telling me you were gay.
You
Which I
must
still don't know.
you must have thought, like, he's either going to say no or he's going to, like, hurt me.
hmm
And what did I do instead?
I got the dress.
I bought it. I don't give a crap. What do I care? Like, suddenly I'm going to have I'm not buying that. I didn't understand it, but I bought it. And then Copycat here wanted the same thing, and I was like, what?
I
What?
think he wore it like once.
Oh, I know.
I thought.
You're back?
Now, I had no intent of changing my identity. I just thought.
No, you love yourself.
I just looked at the mannequin and thought, I think I look really hot in that. And I didn't look hot in that.
You were like
Because
12.
it turns out the mannequin was female, and when I put the dress on, I don't actually get that, so unfortunately.
Not having breasts is going to be a problem.
Well, I'm not saying, like,
yeah.
Just in general. It didn't work for you.
it just didn't work. The mannequin makes it look good.
Yeah, well, that's welcome to every woman's
It's a
life.
point of
It looked better on the
advertising.
mannequin in the store.
So, I wish they would make more clothing that would look good on me.
Can you get out of the show for a minute? God. Well, and your mother and I have addressed you as Luna
Mhm.
for the most part. We slip up, but what are you going to do?
I'm your
Yeah.
mother.
You've been
You'll
Luke
always be
since you were
my
born.
Lukey.
So, plus I just can't figure out. If you ask me, I got to ask an a-hole. I got an asshole remark. It's like, wait a minute. We give you the name Luke Skywalker, and you want to change it to another film series? F you, Luna Lovegood.
Mhm.
But that's just a snarky one. The father in me says to you, you're proof positive, Luna, that you can do anything you want. As long as you put your mind to it, like Doc Brown says, and have the guts to ask for it. You asked for the dress, we left with the dress, and everybody in tears, including the guy that sold you the dress.
Sold it. We still see him every con.
Yep. It always brings us up.
So, I hope that you take that as a life lesson, in that your preconceived notions or ideas of how I'm going to react are never going to match up to reality.
Mhm.
It's like that with most people. You can't predict how people will act. And when you unfold and unbox the person that you are, if you get a negative response, you just move on. Because you don't need it in your life. A lot of kids who come out to their parents as gay have the wrong idea. They say, I need my parents to accept me. When the actual matter is, you need to accept them. And if they don't accept you, you're that's it. You withhold you. And we've never been like that.
Mhm.
We're very supportive. So, I hope you know, moving forward, I'm always going to be your father. No matter what path or form you take on, I don't give a crap as long as you're healthy and happy. And I've always said that. It's nothing new. I wish you'd be a little more careful on the grill at work and touch your burn.
A big M etched into my arm
You'll
forever now.
remember you worked at McDonald's.
And I know it seems hard now, and you're stumbling and falling, but that's what life is. You stumble,
Mhm.
you fall, you get up. You know? Look at me. I worked at a gift shop. Like I was going to be there forever. Really? At a gift shop? I almost quit Knott's one time to go work at Innoventions. Thank God that I didn't do that. I'd be welcoming the Juarez family on soccer day, or
It's all Star Wars
asking
now.
to scan you with your phone. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not my path. Whatever path you take, I am your father. I'm Luke. I am your father. I will be there for you. No joke. I've said that before. I hope you understand that. Hope you take that to heart. And as I look around at all three of you on Father's Day and your mom, I simply say to all three of you, as kids, I couldn't be prouder of the three that I got. You don't get to choose. Life is tough. I sometimes see parents that have children with real problems, and my heart goes out to them, and I'm so incredibly blessed of how you three have turned out that I couldn't be happier. So there's nothing you do that is so heinous that I can't forgive. There's no problem that we can't solve together as a family.
Sleep back there. Okay.
And look at what we've accomplished as a family. You know, you guys came on to 91 Reasons and transformed the show from one guy ranting about movies to this all-encompassing pop culture thing. And that's even another thing. I'm like, oh my God, look at what we did together. And 20 years from now, when you listen to this, and I really mean that, and you guys have all gone your separate ways, this is a audio proof of the greatness that we accomplished together, and how we don't care about what anybody says about us. We put ourselves out there. We offer ourselves up for ridicule. We don't care what the outcome is, because together we are strong. Right? We
Yes.
conquer anything.
That
If
is very
anybody
true.
gets in our face, we grab them by the schnitz until they die. Right?
Yeah.
So, on behalf of
Yeah, exactly that.
on behalf of Father's Day, I love all of you. I'm excited to see what the future holds for you guys, and I'm tired and I want to go to bed. So, any final words that are quick?
Final words?
God, future self, I mean, God bless you.
F you and your future self. Talk about me for a second. All right, so thank you all for tuning into this very bizarre episode. If you're a father, thinking of becoming a father, practicing to become a father, hello. Happy Father's Day from your friends here. Let's do a quick roll call. I'm Jeff.
Josie.
Rachel?
Austin?
Luna.
And together we are 91
91
Reasons.
Thanks for listening. By Grandthar's Hammer. We'll be back with another episode. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. So say we all. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh my God, did we fix the volume?
I get so worried sometimes. You know how my stomach is? Oh my God, my stomach's upset right now, for goodness sake. I have so much anxiety going on. Sorry.
Weren't you the one that just said, there's going to be a lot of diarrhea later?
Yeah,
Oh, you're so weird.